And today's family is in continuation of yesterday's family. Because when we were discussing about the family Piperaceae, at that time I told you that this family Piperaceae is having very close affinity and several similar characters to that of the family which we are going to study today. And this family is family Lauraceae. So let me share the screen now. Yes, can you see the screen? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So today we are going to study the family Lauraceae. Now again, this is one of the important family which is almost in between the dicots and monocots. That way, Lauraceae again is a very important family. It is as good as a cosmopolitan, but basically this family is dominant in warm temperate region and tropical and subtropical region. That is, it is not present beyond 32 degrees of angle. So it is present around the equator and around the Capricorn. जर आपण कर्कवृत्त म्हणतो, तो कर्कवृत्त आणि विषुववृत्त या दोन्ही मधला जो भाग आहे, भूभाग आहे, या भागामध्ये खूप ठिकाणी ही फॅमिली सापडते. Obviously, this family is not found in the European countries. वरचे भाग जे आहेत म्हणजे इटली, स्पेन या भागामध्ये फॅमिली सापडते. पण वरचे जे भाग आहेत स्वित्झर्लंड, कॅनडा, ग्रीनलँड, नेदरलँड्स या भागामध्ये जिथं कोल्ड टेम्परेट रिजन आहे त्या भागामध्ये मात्र ही फॅमिली सापडत नाही. सो दॅट वे दिस फॅमिली इज अन इम्पॉर्टंट फॅमिली. इट इज ऑलमोस्ट डॉमिनंट इन southern East Asia. So right from the Java, Sumatra to Indonesia, Assam, India, and the other countries including South America and Africa. This family is showing its dominance, not only presence but dominance. Now this family that way is a large family, it's a big family, and it is having almost more than 45 genera together and over 2,800 and 550 species. So it is nearing almost 3,000 species all over the world. As far as India is concerned, this family is distributed almost throughout India, right from the foothills of Himalayas to Kerala. It is very common and rich even in Deccan Plateau. It is present in the Western Ghats. It is rich in Konkan. It is present in the central peninsular India. It is present on both the sides, Bay of Bengal as well as on Gujarat. And also the family is represented to some extent at the base of Himalayan ranges. That is called the Khashi Hills. But again, this family is dominant in the central peninsular India, in Western Ghats, and in South India. Now, this family generally is called the Laurels, and this is simply because many of these family members, they are economically important and they are cultivated for their essential oil. Now, this essential oil is basically used for two components. One is that it is used very extensively in toiletry articles. So wherever we are preparing the soaps, detergents, then sprays, intensifiers, the scents and aromatic compounds, in all these cases, the laurel group is used. Also, some members, they are important from culinary point of view. So these members are used in preparation of daily dishes, culinary dishes. So it is used in the kitchen as well as it is used in washrooms. The most important genera which is we are having is the genus Cinnamon. Now basically the cinnamon is coming from the Mexico, but it is very extensively grown in Kerala also. It is widely grown in Kerala also, and also there are more than 16 species of cinnamon which are available with us. Now the another plant which is very common, the plant is the Echinodaphthe, then Cassitha. There is very interesting plant. The plant is coming from the Brazil, and the plant is called the Persea. Now this Persea is a genus, but in Marathi we call this, or in English we call this as an avocado plant. I feel that you must be knowing the avocado, because each and everyone is very much using and fond of eating the chocolates. Now avocado is the fruit which is providing an essential oil. It is providing an oil also, and also it is providing a butter, and this butter is called the cocoa butter, and this cocoa butter is used for the solidification of chocolates, and that's why the avocado is very important. There is one plant called Litsea which is present around us, then Cryptocarya, Lindaria, Sassafras. Those are the common genera which are present in India. Now as far as the vegetative characters of this family is concerned, generally these plants, they are either shrubs or trees. So right exactly in the Piperaceae, most of the members they were twiners, climbers, whereas in case of Lauraceae, these members they are shrubs and trees. Generally shrubs are also present, but they are perennial, and small trees are present. And very importantly, these plants, they are aromatic ones. The plants are having the oil glands on their surface. Now as far as the shoot part is concerned, either it is glabrous, smooth, or it is often covered with the unicellular trichomes, hairs. So this is a hirsute character. That is, the soft hairs are present on the surface of the shoot as well as on the leaf lamina, on the petioles, on the young stems, etc. That's why this plant is very important, and it is very easy to identify the plant. Now the plants are, as I told you, they are aromatic, and that's why these plants either they are glossy in their appearance or they are hirsute in appearance. Most of the plants they are perennial with the very hard wood. The wood is very hard. Now as far as the leaves are concerned, the leaves are exstipulated. Stipules are absent. The leaves are always simple, petiolate. They are always alternate, entire and lanceolate. They are hirsute. As I told you, they are having the hairs on the surface. Most of the times, the leaves are leathery and crispy. Leathery is a very typical term. Lauraceae members ओळखण्यासाठी खूप चांगली खूण आहे की जेव्हा आपण कलेक्शनला जातो, लावरेसीचा या मेंबरचं पान हातात घेतलं आणि जर ते मोडलं तर आपल्या हातामध्ये जसं पापड मोडतो तसं ते पान मोडतं, म्हणजे ते पान वाकत नाही तर तुकडा पडतो. आणि दॅट्स व्हाय इट व्हेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. तर ही फॅमिली ओळखायला तशी फील्डमध्ये खूप सोपी फॅमिली आहे. ती त्याची एक टिपिकल प्लांट्स लीव्स असतात, टिपिकल लॅन्सोड शेप असतो, त्या शेपमुळे ही प्लांट आयडेंटिफाय करायला सोपी जातात. Also, there is another characteristic feature that these leaves of this plant, they are having a very prominent midrib and two lateral secondary veins. त्यामुळे हे दिसायला पॅरलल व्हेनेशन दिसतं किंवा दिसायला एक सेंट्रल मिडवेन दिसते आणि त्या पॅरलल दोन लॅटरल व्हेन्स गेलेले दिसतात. त्यामुळे इवन बाय द अपीअरन्स ऑफ द लीव्स ऑल्सो वी कॅन आयडेंटिफाय द फॅमिली लावरेसी simply because of its dominant wave pattern or veins pattern. Obviously, the leaves are either they are hirsute or they are glabrous, and they are gland dotted, and they are containing the essential oil. So the essential oil is one of the important component, and that's why this family is very close and associated with the family Piperaceae. Now, cinnamon, ज्याला मराठीमध्ये आपण स्वयंपाकघरातले दोन महत्वाचे पदार्थ इथून तयार होतात. तुम्ही याच्या वेल्स बघू शकता, डावीकडचं चित्र बघा. नाउ दिस इज सिनामोमम, ज्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये तमालपत्र म्हणतो. आणि खऱ्या अर्थाने हे तमालपत्राची झाड आहे. या झाडाच्या खोडापासून, सो फ्रॉम द इनर बार्क वी गेट द दालचिनी. म्हणजे आपण ज्याला दालचिनी म्हणतो ती या झाडाच्या बार्क पासून मिळते. आणि याची लीव्ह जर ड्राय केली तर आपल्याला त्याच्यापासून तमालपत्र मिळतं. सो तुम्हाला तमालपत्राची माहिती आहे कसं आहे, ते हातात ते असं धरलं की लगेच ते तुकडे पडतात त्याचे. इट्स व्हेरी हार्ड. अँड नाउ इन दिस पर्टिक्युलर फिगर यू कॅन सी द व्हेरी प्रॉमिनंट midrib and two lateral veins, and you can see the glossy nature also on the surface. Now त्याच्या बाजूला दुसरं चित्र जे आहे, the image which I have put is the Persea americana, that is the avocado tree which is important for its oil, avocado oil, and also which is providing a butter, and this butter is used for obviously solidifying the cocoa. तेव्हा आपल्याकडे बोर्नविटा आणि हे जे तत्सम पदार्थ आहेत या सगळ्या पदार्थांमध्ये जो सॉलिडिफाईंग मटेरियल असतं ते अवोकाडोच्या सीड मधल्या ऑइल मधून येतं. इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द सॉलिडिफाईंग एजंट. सो दिस इज सिनेमॉन, द कॉमन टाईप मेंबर अँड अवोकाडो. आपल्या परिसरामध्ये मात्र कोकणामध्ये आणि जेव्हा आपण घाटामध्ये जातो कलेक्शनला तर हे मात्र खूप कॉमन प्लांट आपल्याला सापडतं. नो दिस इज अ व्हेरी कॉमन प्लांट ऑफ दिस फॅमिली अँड द प्लांट इज ॲक्टिनोडॅफ्नी हुकेराय. हे ओळखायला खूप सोपं आहे, लांबून पटकन ओळखता येत. अगदी त्याला शेंगात तुरे असतात अशी कॉपर रंगाची, आणि त्याचाच एक क्लोजअप मी दाखवलेला आहे साईडला. आणि या केवळ त्याच्या अपिअरन्स वरूनच हे प्लांट ओळखता येतं. शिवाय याच्यावरती खूप चांगली लव असते. यू कॅन सी द सरफेस. नाउ द लिव्स अँड द अपर शूट दे आर कंटेनिंग ब्राउनी हेअर्स ऑन द सरफेस. The hirsute hairs are present and they are brown in color. So it is very interesting to just see the plant and identify. In Marathi, this is a actually common plant, wild plant, which is present in Konkan area, as well as this plant is present in Western Ghats, and it is known as pisu. Actually, it is a moderate sized tree in our areas. So this is called the pisu. Now this is another plant, Litsea tomentosa. Now you can see the yellow hairs on the surface. And you can see the inflorescence also, axillary typical cymose inflorescence. So this is a Litsea plant. So there are many plants which are available of the family Lauraceae. I have just put some of the photographs. Now let us go for the distinguishing characters. Now we have gone through the vegetative characters now. Now as far as the Lauraceae is concerned, again the flowers are usually bisexual. Very rarely they are unisexual, but it's a very exceptional case. And when they are unisexual, the plant may be mono or dioecious, but basically the flowers are bisexual. Now this inflorescence is always in the axillary position. So it is either axillary cymose or it is axillary short racemose, where the growing axis is shortened, or even sometimes directly it is umbellate. So the inflorescence is axillary in position. It is a few flowered side or few flowered umbel, and is very distinct. It is having the fleshy receptacle stalk. It's called the umbel at the base. It's called the pedicel at the base. Now, as far as the flowers are concerned, the flowers are bracteate. They are regular. They are trimerous. They are minute. Obviously, they are aromatic because they are having a nectary. The flowers are cyclic because the floral parts are arranged in a cyclic manner. The flowers are bisexual. Very interestingly, in these plants, there may be presence of a perianth or there may be presence of a calyx and corolla. So, when the perianth is present, the perianth is petaloid, it is colored. And when the calyx and corolla is there, both are differentiated by the size, but again both are petaloid. So that's why we can have the distinguishing character that generally the calyx and corolla are present, but the corolla is many of the times it is membranous, whereas the calyx is present in the form of a thick units. So the presence of calyx and corolla is there. As I told you, the flowers are trimerous. Generally, the calyx and corolla they are present in the multiples of 3. So only 3 calyx lobes and 3 corolla lobes are present, and they are alternate to each other. The whorls are present, which are arranged in a trimerous fashion. Sometimes the calyx which is present, it may be sepaloid. And when the flowers are small, they may be sepaloid, that is they are green in color. They are always fleshy, they are coated at the base, they are fused, but generally they are open at the top, that is they are free at the top. And that's why the calyx and perianth is generally called as a free perianth, it is not united. And generally, as far as the inner whorl is concerned, it will be the inner whorl of the perianth, or if we can call it as a corolla, then it is either white in color or yellow in color. So this is a format of its appearance, and the flowers, they are always globose in shape. They are present just like a form of a rounded flower. It's not elongated, it's rounded flower. So as far as the stamens are concerned, the many stamens are present. So the stamens are many, they are free, and they are present in many bundles, and they are separate from perianth lobes. They are not attached. Very importantly, when they are present in bundles, they are either diplo or polystaminous condition. That is, there are 2 to 3 whorls of stamens are present. Either they are present in 2 whorls or they are present in 3 whorls. And because of that, they are called the diplo or polystaminous condition. So the stamens are not present in a single circle, but they are present in many circles. And that's why they are called the diplo or polystaminous. There is one more characteristic feature, that the stamens, they are always unequal in size. Their filaments are always filiform, and they are always incurved in the bud condition. Because they are inflated. That is that they are curved inside when they are in bud condition, and then they get opened up. So the filaments are filiform, and obviously the anthers are basifixed. Now they may show presence of staminodes. It's a very rare case. Staminodes generally they may not be present, but in some genera, obviously just like in Litsea, there is a presence of staminodes. As far as the gynoecium is concerned, the ovary is generally monocarpous. It is very rarely tricarpous. When it is tricarpillary syncarpous, the ovary is superior. And each carpel is unilocular. Each carpel is unilocular with a single ovule on marginal placenta. So if you take a section and if the ovary is triangular ovary, the section may appear that the ovules are present on parietal placenta. But basically, if you study the anatomy, you will realize that the ovules are not on a parietal placenta, but they are generally on the marginal placenta. So in this particular family, there is a lot of difference as far as the ovule position is concerned. In Piperaceae, the ovules are placed on a basal placenta, whereas in Lauraceae, they are placed on a marginal placenta. So the position of attachment is changed. In case of Piperaceae, the position is at the bottom of attachment for the placenta, and in case of Lauraceae, the position of attachment to the placenta is towards the lateral side, and because of that, this is called as a marginal placenta. Obviously, the ovule is pendulous in shape, so it is either inverted or pendulous. Obviously, it has got a short style and a globostigma. Now, when we are talking about the monocarpillary ovary, the stigma is single. But when the tricarpillary ovary is there, we can find the trifid stigma. So the stigma is trifid when the ovary is tricarpillary syncarpous. Obviously, when we talk about the fruit is always indehiscent, fleshy drupe. That is, it is having the pulpy mesocarp, or sometimes the outer wall, that exocarp, it is hard and stony, and then that fruit is called the bucket. So either the fruit may be fleshy or stony, but in both the conditions, the fruit is obviously, it is indehiscent fruit. It's not opening up. Now the fruit is many of the times enclosed in the fleshy hypanthodium. Means the base of the receptacle, it enlarges during the fruit formation and it tries to cover up the developing fruit. And this character is found in two families. One family is the family Anacardiaceae. Anacardiaceae family आपण शिकले की माहित नाही. You might have studied the mango. पण तुम्हाला एक उदाहरण सांगतो मी पटकन लक्षात येऊ शकेल. तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी काजू बघितला असेल, काजूचं फळ बघितलं असेल. काजूच्या फळामध्ये मागचा दांडा जो असतो, मागचं फळ जे असतं ते खूप मोठं असतं आणि फ्लेशी असतं आणि त्या फळाच्या बाहेर त्याचा अर्ध सीड येतं. That's why that particular fleshy receptacle, it is called the hypanthodium or it is called the hypanthium. Similar type of structure is also found in semicarpus. तुम्ही बिब्बा बघितला असेल, मला वाटतं मागच्या काही वेळेला आपले लोक कलेक्शनला गेले होते आणि कलेक्शन मध्ये त्याने सेमिकार्पस प्लांट बघितलेला आहे. So in semicarpus also you will find the enlarged receptacle in which the fruit is embedded. And that's why it is a typical character which is again parallel to family Lauraceae, where the fruit is embedded in the fleshy hypanthium. As I told you that the fruit is containing a single ovule, that is the ovary is containing a single ovule, it is getting converted into fruit which is containing a single seed. So obviously the seed is very large in size, but the seed is containing the copious embryo. Means the embryo is very large in size. It is bigger in size with a very prominent two cotyledons. It is a very unique character. The embryo, the cotyledons of this family, they are much more larger, and these cotyledons contain the fat. The cotyledons, they contain the fat, and because of that, from the flowering Lauraceae, from the cotyledonary components, the oil is extracted. Obviously, as far as the seeds are concerned, the seeds are non-endospermic, and because of that, this is a typical character which is showing again closeness to group monocots. Now this is a typical flower and inflorescence of cinnamon. एक कलर स्केच आहे. याच्यामध्ये इनबर्ड कंडिशन काय आहे उजव्या बाजूला दाखवलेलं आहे त्या दोन पानाच्या मध्ये. त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला दिसून येतं की यू कॅन सी द कॅलेक्स अँड कोरोला. द कॅलेक्स इज मच मोर लार्जर and alternate to calyx the sepal lobes are present, or sorry the corolla lobes are present. त्याच पद्धतीनं तुम्ही इकडं जर ओपनिंग बघितलं, हाफ फ्लावर बघितलं एलएस, तर तुमच्या लक्षात येऊ शकेल की या ठिकाणी फक्त कोरोला दाखवलेला आहे, कॅलेक्स काउंट टाकलाय त्यातला. And then you can see at the center the number of stamens, and the stamens they are present in many whorls. त्याचप्रमाणे वरती तुम्ही जर ती इमेज बघितली सगळ्यात वरची टॉपची लेफ्ट साइडची, तर तुमच्या लक्षात येऊ शकेल की काही ठिकाणी द anthers are versatile and lobes are separate. So that's why this is called a diplostaminous condition. You can see the two rows or two serrate anther arrangement, and that's why it is called a diplostaminous condition. आणि मग at the base त्याच्यामध्येच खालच्या बाजूला एक ओवरी दाखवलेली आहे which is having a style and globostigma. Obviously the ovary is monocarpellary. तीच इमेज त्या दोन पानांच्या खालच्या बाजूला दाखवली आहे. ट्विग आहे, त्या ट्विगच्या खालच्या बाजूला 3 इमेजेस आहेत, त्या बघून घ्या. त्यातली डाव्या बाजूची इमेज आहे तो एलएस आहे, ज्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला सेंटरला मार्जिनल प्लासेंटा असलेलं ओव्ह्यूल दिसतं. न देयर इज वन क्लिअर ऑफ द ओव्ह्यूल, त्याच्यामध्ये सेंटरला आपल्याला पूर्णपणे ओव्ह्यूल दिसतो. दॅट्स वाय इट कॅन बी कॉल्ड एज अ, इथे चित्रात दिसायला ते बेसल दिसतं पण इट इज नॉट द कंडिशन. आणि मग त्याच्यावरती आपल्याला ड्राय फ्रूट दिसतोय. So it is a Beckett form. Here is sketch है. This is the sketch of a Cinnamomum zelanicum. Now, actually this cinnamon, this is also another plant which is very common. It's not zelanicum, but I deliberately show this image to you people because this is a Cinnamomum camphora. Now this is a very large middle-sized tree generally present in Konkan areas. आपल्याला कोकणमध्ये हे प्लांट सापडतं. आपल्या वेस्टर्न घाट मध्ये प्लांट आहे. खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणावरती हे प्लांट कर्नाटकात सापडतं आणि काही प्रमाणामध्ये हे प्लांट आसाममध्ये सापडतं. पण तसं बघायला गेलं तर हे प्लांट आपल्याकडे दुर्मिळ आहे. इट्स अ रेअर प्लांट because this is the plant which is called the Cinnamon camphora, because from the wood of this plant and obviously because of from the bark of these plants that camphor is prepared. Now you know well camphor म्हणजे कापूर. हे याला कापराचं झाड म्हणतात. याच्या खोडापासून ऑइल काढतात आणि ते ऑइल मधून सबलिमेशन केल्यानंतर आपल्याला कापूर मिळतो. खऱ्या अर्थानं आपल्याकडे खूप आता कमी ही झाडं नॅचरली शिल्लक आहे. पण जपानमध्ये, चीनमध्ये, इंडोनेशियामध्ये कॅम्फरची शेती केली जाते. आपल्याकडे ज्या पद्धतीनं सागवान लावला जातो त्या पद्धतीने त्या भागामध्ये कापूर लावला जातो आणि मग त्याची साल काढली जाते आणि त्या सालीमधल्या ऑइल मधून तो कापूर एक्सट्रॅक्ट करतात. इव्हन आपल्याकडे देखील सिनेमन लावतात. इट्स अ मिडल साइज्ड ट्री और अ स्मॉल ट्री. And the bark again is removed many times in the form of a ring, and this bark is used for the extraction of oil that is called cinnamon oil. म्हणजे आपल्याकडे पण दालचिनीचं तेल त्या खोडापासूनच काढतात. सिनेमन म्हणजे तमालपत्र. आपल्याला कोकणामध्ये तमालपत्र सापडतं. खूप ठिकाणी लावलं जातं आता. आणि महाराष्ट्र आणि कर्नाटक या दोन्हीच्या बॉर्डरवरती आता आपल्याला त्या तमालपत्राची किंवा दालचिनी झाडं सापडतात. सो हे प्लांट मला फक्त एक इमेज मुद्दाम दाखवायची होती म्हणून मी ही इमेज त्या ठिकाणी ठेवली आहे. दॅट इज सिनेमॉन कॅम्फोरा. अँड ऑब्वियसली वी हॅव डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द Actinoddaphne, Litsea, Cassitha, and many others. Now let us discuss about its phylogenetic significance of this family. So, the family is included in the order Daphnelles by Eichler. Now, Daphnelles we have discussed when we discussed about the Nymphaceae and the Ranunculaceae, and also when we have discussed the Casuarinaceae family, and we have said that they belong to the group Amentiferae. Now, within the Amentiferae group, there is the order Daphnelles, and to this Daphnelles, this Lauraceae belongs. So, the family is included in the order Daphnelles by Eichler, and obviously which was followed by the Engler and Prantl, and later on it was followed by Wittgenstein. This is a position of the family that even though it is showing the calyx and corolla, it is treated as apetelic because it is exhibiting the Perian characters, and because of that it was placed in apetelic. Now the minute aromatic flowers embedded in usually fleshy hypanthium, that is the receptacle, shows a fusion at various levels. So the fusion may be present at the calyx level, it may be at the perianth level, obviously by the stamens level, and the fusion may be present only at the base level. So at the top, these floral parts, they are separate, but when they are present at the bottom, they are showing the fusion, and because of this is treated as one of the important primitive character. Now the stamens which are present in many bundles, the free stamens are present, fleshy stamens are present. This is also considered as one of the primitive character of this family. Also, this family is exhibiting a monocarpellary ovary. Generally in the order Rhenales, the carpels are many, but each carpel is unilocular with a single ovule. Here, the carpel itself is monocarpellary, and because of that, it is showing a high reduction. So, because of these several characters of what we can call as a degree of fusion, this family is placed in the order of or in the group of Rhenales by Bessé, and then it was followed by the Engler and Prantl. It was followed by the Bentham and Hooker, and then followed by the Hutchinson and Smith and many others. Now they have placed this family Lauraceae as the advanced family of Rhenales group. So Rhenales group itself is a primitive group, but they are treating the Lauraceae family as one of the advanced family within this group. and it is exhibiting the various levels of fusion. And that's why this family Lauraceae is important from phylogenetic point of view. There's one more feature which is very common, and that in Magnoliaceae we have seen the resins are present in the wood. Then in Piperaceae we have seen that essential oils are present in the wood. Whereas in Lauraceae also there is a presence of glucosidic compounds, phenolic compounds, and also the essential oil, that is aromatic oils. Now this degree of evolution of secondary metabolites, it starts with the, on one side the alkaloids, and it is ending somewhere with the occurrence of essential oils. While I told you, most of the Lauraceae members, particularly the floral components of the floral parts, they are much more richer in essential oil. Now this essential oil, it may be volatile or it may not be volatile. For example, in avocado, we can find that this oil can be extracted, and not only extracted, but it can be solidified. So that is called as a cocoa butter. त्याप्रमाणे आपल्याकडे avocado oil पण मिळतं की जे नंतर घट्ट होतं. आपल्याला तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे की आपल्या घरामध्ये देखील वी आर युजिंग द कोकोनट ऑइल, आणि कोकोनट ऑइल इज जनरली सॉलिड ॲट रूम टेम्परेचर. तर तुम्ही बघितलं असेल की थंडी दिवसामध्ये कोकोनट आपल्याकडचं जे खोबरे तेल असतं ते घट्ट होतं, आणि तेच मात्र उन्हाळ्यामध्ये पातळ होतं. या पद्धतीने इन avocado also the oil is present, and this oil is showing the several levels of its boiling point and melting point. And that is a unique character of the aromatic compounds which are present in the group Renals. These aromatic compounds, they begin right from the Magnoliaceae, where we have seen the resinous compounds are present, and we are ending towards the Lauraceae, where the camphor is present. So the camphor is again nothing but it is a resinous material which is liquid at the room temperature. And when it is getting solidified, we are going to get the camphor at the end. So this particular evolution of Renals can be traced from the biochemical point of view. And because of that, Lauraceae is one of the important family among not only dicots, but among the Renals group, among the Daphnials group, and also among the group of dicots and monocots together. Because Lauraceae characters, as the flowers are trimerisine condition, they are exhibiting again a tendency or affinity towards the monocotyledons. And because of that, this Lauraceae family is one of the important families. Now this family is showing affinity towards the free Magnoliales group. So free Magnoliales means the Magnoliales and their allied families which are present. And this family, which is again showing the affinity to Lauraceae, is the family Barbadiaceae. Now Barbadiaceae is not present today with us. The members are present in Himalayan range, and also the family is very common in Africa. But again, sorry, this family is not present in Africa, but this family is present in Southeast Asia, Indonesia. So the Barbadiaceae family is present in Indonesia, and it is showing a close affinity towards Lauraceae. And then Lauraceae members, they are also very common in Southeast Asia and in Assam field, because these Assam fields also, they are treated as an extension of Southeast vegetation era. Now because of this Perianth characters, Stamen characters, it has been placed in the core angiosperm group in Apiaceae system. Now, apart from all these phylogenetic relationships, because of the essential oils, several of these members, they are economically important because they are providing, as I told you at the beginning, they are providing the essential oil, which is aromatic one. Now this oil is containing several properties, and because of that, it is used in culinary dishes. So it is used for the preparation of confectionaries, preparation of bakery products, preparation of what we can call is spicy products or spice material, and also it is used in preparation of the sweet compounds. तुम्हाला माहिती आहे की दालचिनी आणि मिरी हे दोन पदार्थ इव्हन आपल्याकडं गोड पदार्थ करताना पण वापरतात. दालचिनी तुम्हाला माहिती आहे की ज्याप्रमाणे मसाल्याचे पदार्थ करत असताना एखादा सॉल्टी पदार्थ करतात, म्हणजे बिर्याणी करताना पण दालचिनी वापरतात, आणि खऱ्या अर्थानं तुम्हाला जर आईस्क्रीम करायचं असेल किंवा तुम्हाला श्रीखंड करायचं असेल त्याच्यामध्ये पण दालचिनी वापरली असते. So it is a sweet smelling because of the presence of glucosides, and that's why this family is very important, as it is showing a chemical evolution for its secondary metabolites. And because of its essential oils, this family is economically important because it is the essential oil which are extracted. They're used in culinary dishes, as well as they're used for several toiletry articles, or they're used in preparation of cosmetics. And because of that, this family, Lauraceae, is one of the important family for our study. So these are some of the plants. डाव्या बाजूची जी आहे, you can see, now this is the तमालपत्री or cinnamomum. त्याच्यानंतरचा हा avocado आहे. ऍक्च्युली याचा स्टेमचा फोटो मला घेता आला नाही, म्हणजे घेतला नाही मी, घेता त्याचं स्टेम जे असतं, कोवळं स्टेम असतं या सिनेमोमचं, त्याचे असे 1-1 इंचाचे तुकडे काढतात गोल चकत्या करून. तुम्हाला माहिती आहे आपण गुटी कशी करतो तशी, आणि त्या ज्या चकत्या काढतात त्यातला वरचा बार्क काढून टाकतात, आणि तो बार्क असतो तो वाळवतात, आणि ते वाळवल्यानंतर आपण ती दालचिनी म्हणून विकत घेतो. हा आवोकाडो आहे, याच्यापासून कोकोआ बटर मिळतं, दॅट इज पर्सिया. आणि दिस इज द ऍक्च्युअल लॅटनी, अगेन अ मेडिसिन इम्पॉर्टंट प्लांट. लिट्सी ऑल्सो is one of the medicinally important plant. So this is all about the family Lauraceae, a very interesting and important family. Now I'm showing you this Litsea image. You can see the globose button shaped flowers, and you can see the free stamens also. And again you can see that या ठिकाणी जर सेंटरला बघितलं किंवा कडेला बघितलं तर लक्षात येईल की the filaments they are unequal in size. हे एकसारखे एका उंचीचे नाही आहेत, तर प्रत्येकाची उंची कमी असते, आणि त्यामुळं ही प्लांट ही फॅमिली फील्ड वरती आयडेंटिफाय करायला खूप सोपी जाते. सो दिस इज Litsea tomentosa with its distinguishing characters and its affinities with other plants. So with this discussion, now I will stop and I will open up the chat box. If at all you are interested, we can have a dialogue through chat box. कोणाला काही प्रश्न असतील तर आवर्जून विचारा. The topic is open for discussion.